Hello and welcome to Pedal Playhouse. I'm Joan of Hart, and I'm really excited to show you a unique effects pedal today. This comes from Old Blood Noise Endeavors, and it is essentially a effects pedal that you use for your voice. It can be used for instruments too, but just think of it almost like an entire pedal board, but in one enclosure, essentially, between the three banks. So you have saturation, you have bank A, and you have bank B, all different effects that you could possibly use. And it has an XLR instrument in, and also it has XLR outs. It has one for effects and then dry separately, so that if you want to have two different recording sources to record at the same time to then blend them later, or if you want to send out your vocals to one amp or monitor that's dry and the other one to another one that is obviously full wet, you probably definitely could with these kind of options. The other thing that is in this pedal, which is really great, is the fact that you have two TRS controls at the very top for parameter control of bank B, bank A. So if you have, like, let's say a ramper, you can plug it in and have it randomly do stuff for you, which is really fun. You can have an expression pedal if you're kind of the gamer like I am and kind of like the fact that you can go diagonal and get interesting kind of blending going on with any of the effects that you're using at the time. And also the trusty, expression pedal that you can use while you're singing, so that you really kind of can operate hands free. The other thing that's actually pretty great about this pedal is the fact that it has an effects loop, that you can plug in another pedal in here for a little bit more of a bonus feature of adding whatever pedal you want in between bank A and bank B. So you sing with the effects in the bank A or saturation first, and then the effects loop inserts whatever pedal you want to put in there in between just before bank B. So figure effects on saturation and then bank A, and then with the effects loop, the bank B then operates as your end of chain effect after the effects pedal that you put in between everything. So again, it's almost like a portable, you know, vocal pedal board almost. So I'm really excited to show you everything that's a part of this today. One of the other things I definitely wanted to mention is that this pedal uses a dynamic mic. And you can also use a condenser mic. It is possible. But you would definitely need a phantom power source, which you can get either using like a little budget mixer, or you can pretty much do what I've done recently to get away from the mixer, is kind of do a standalone unit phantom power source. So then I can go direct into MAW, or I can choose to go direct just into my pedal board, depending, and use all the other pedals that I have. So giving myself options is really creates great flexibility. And I hope in everything that we go over today, I hope it's going to show you how versatile this pedal is and how much fun you can have, not only just as somebody who is a vocal singer, but also, let's say you're in a tribute band and you want to, nail some vocals or interesting textures that sound similar to what the originals may have sound like, or you want to take it in your own direction and do kind of like cover originals where you sing the song, but only, you put your own spin on it, your little pizzazz. All right. So, with all that being said, let me get the pedal connected, and let's get this going.
Feed me. Feed me.
Where is that coming? Who said that?
The mall.
I was wondering when you were gonna start talking. Feed you? I'm not that much of a green thumb.
Feed me.
Well, what do you want? I don't have a clue of what to feed you.
Why?
Your voice.
Wait a minute. Am I suddenly a Disney princess? I thought that was Ariel's bit, selling her voice off for some beats. Honestly, I'd like to keep my feet and my voice. Thank you very much.
I need some tasty tones found in a melodious voice.
Well, when you say it like that way, I guess. Look no further. So how do we do this?
Grab a mic, plug me in, and let the show begin.
Well, looking at your controls, the saturation seems a little bit self-explanatory. The blend knob counterclockwise creates a clean boost, and turning the knob clockwise adds a little bit distortion. Tone knob is a low-pass filter giving darker tones, whereas turning it clockwise are brighter tones. The volume knob in this section is a master volume, but the mic level is for global control. The pad switch reduces the volume -20 decibels in case the mic gets too hot. And the switch on the left-hand side is the output selector to choose between instrument out or XLR out. From what I can see right now, we are going instrument cable out. So it looks like you have a lot of knobs and a lot of effects. So I guess let's start with the first preset octave in Bank A.
Now listen here, honey, as I lay it all out for you. With octaves engaged, I can split your voice in 3.
Wanna see?
Control 1 adds a higher pitch, whereas Control 2 brings that deep, sultry harmony to the mix, creating a choir from one voice.
Definitely sounds like Wizard of Oz, but we're definitely not in Kansas anymore. Let's look at the lower octave. A second.
Can't get enough of your love, babe.
You know what also this kind of reminds me of? You know those mystery shows that were I don't know if you're old enough to know, 90s, 80s, where they would have this guy, talk about unsolved mysteries. When they would interview people and they would cover their voice, it kind of sound like this.
Oh yeah, I remember this time, July 17th, where I was walking my dog and there was someone at the end of my street in a clown car with a red balloon. This is pretty great. What's your favorite scary movie? Hello, Cindy.
I really like Scary Movie way too much, and throughout this whole demo, I'm going to be singing with my good hand. So, let me put this back to normal, and you know what? I think we can do something with this. Smooth it out as with an additional effect in a way that sounds like a pair of backup singers behind you in kind of like a rock opera kind of setting in a chorus. I think we probably could mix a couple of banks together in order to make these octaves usable in that kind of setting. Don't you think?
Yeah, we can definitely sashay back to that one.
Sashay.
But for now, let's move to the next preset and put some phaser on the signal. And give what you say some sway.
Sway.
Control 1 sets the rate of speed for the phaser. Control 2 sets the depth or intensity of the phaser.
Let me see. Interesting. You know what? Yeah, this actually does remind me of a song. Ooh, it's going to take me back.
Life's the same when you're moving in stereo. Life's the same except for my shoes. Life's the same when you're shaking like tremolo. Life's the same, it's all inside of you. It's so easy to blow up your problems. It's so easy to play up the breakdown. It's so easy to fly through a window. It's so easy to fool with the sound.
Sing it, baby.
Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da. Ba, 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 da, ba. You could really hear the effect on my voice, like it's like creating a swirling kind of whoosh, floating above the mix kind of sound. Yeah, I mean, you can pan this left or right, and you can really get interesting with this. This has a lot of possibility.
The phaser effect is creating a modulation on your voice by an internal low-frequency oscillator that, depending on Control 1 and Control 2 settings, will vary over time, creating a unique sweep and movement of texture, baby.
That's pretty wild. Hey, let me check out the short delay. I do love me some delay. Hello. Oh yeah, this definitely sounds like a slapback or like a small intimate room. Like the repeats are really up close to my vocals. I do like it this close to my voice.
Yeah, let's get real close.
I am not so sure about that. You stay right where I can see you.
Then take a good look, baby, and see what you're missing out on.
You're missing out.
To control the amount of delay and feedback are as follows. Control 1 sets the time of the delay. Control 2, feedback, with the ability to repeat without going into oscillation.
The more I think about this effect and what I'm hearing, I'm getting more than a feeling that this is going to be one of those effects that you really could do really well with like classic rock, classic vocals, arena rock kind of. Probably could get some good 80s too. Let me see. Yeah, I think there's one that's coming to me right now. More than a feeling when I hear that old song they used to play. I begin dreaming as I see Mary Ann walk away. Let me think about one of the verses too. Turn on the music to start my day. I mean, you could do this probably both for verse and chorus. I think this is actually really great.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Go big or go home, honey.
Yeah, what's another one I can think of? Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Dun 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 dun.
Coming up next, we got a reverb.
So this kind of reverb on my voice, and this is the reverb 4 in bank A, short reverb. It doesn't, yeah, it's not as long as Sunlight, which is another demo that I did. She has a really, really long reverb trails, super long. But I don't think in my, talking to you right now, about her or working with her or you guys being in the same family and all, I don't think she's gonna be the jealous type. Yeah, you guys are family. You should be fine. You work together perfectly, like siblings do.
Nothing to be jealous of, Sunlight. We family.
there's always room for family.
And we all work together to make that magic of music, baby. Now, speaking of music, I think I can hear some evanescence and its depths of emotion while keeping your vocals clear for delivery.
You're about to deliver.
Control 1 sets the initial feedback. Control 2, the length of trails.
Okay, I think I hear what you're talking about. Let me see if I can nail it. All right. How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb, without a soul, my spirit sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead him back home.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Call my name and save me from the
Wake me up.
Bid my blood to run.
I can't wake
Before
up.
I come undone.
Save me.
Save me from the nothing I've become. Wow, that y'all sing really well. I really appreciated the backups there. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, you know we got you, girl. Hail to the yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. It looks like the last preset on bank A is like a second reverb.
Oh, it gets pretty cavernous in this mode. Control 1 sets that pre-delay time.
Delay.
Control 2 sets the length of the reverb trails.
Let's see what that sounds like. That's pretty long. Let me think. Okay, I think a few are coming to mind. Sail away, sail away, who can say where the road, where the day goes, only a time, and who can say if love as your heart shows, only a time. We da da we da da we da Wait! How do you know the Halo theme?
Come on, I'm everywhere it's poppin', baby. Music is a universal language. After we get through Bank B, we can add another pedal into the effects loop. And I'll tell you how we can create some really great layers that can easily be used for gaming or film scores with enough creativity, which I know your mind is brimming with. Which is why I know I will never be hungry again.
When you say it like that, I go from a roller coaster of emotions. Like,
Hey, that sounds like fun. Should I lock you in a box when I go to sleep tonight so you don't eat me in my sleep?
Oh, you. It's not like that at all. You're perfectly safe.
Yeah, perfectly safe. Yeah, you're totally safe.
Yeah. That's. Let's move on to Bank B now.
Feed me some more.
When I look at Bank B, the first one, Rotary, I'm not really familiar with that effect on vocals. Can you explain to me the Rotary effect and what usually this might be applied to?
The rotary mode is an emulation of the vibe, the warble, and the spin of the Leslie speakers. You can hear effects like this in some Beatles songs. The effect historically comes from that speaker being rotated and the sound bouncing around the room with its colors, creating a tremolo effect split on the signal on both its highs and its lowest lows. Control 1 sets the rate of tremolo for your lows. Control 2 sets the rate of tremolo for your highs.
Okay, I kind of hear what you're talking about and what songs maybe I could think about in how that effect might work. Maybe, you know what? Maybe a Beatles song actually might work really well with this. And at one point, I think I'm gonna kick. You know what? I'm gonna kick on maybe the Bank A. The first short reverb. I think it actually really would work with this one. Hold on. Go. Let me see. Yeah, I know the right one. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly. A girl with kaleidoscope eyes. Cellophane flowers of yellow and green cowering over your head. Look for the girl with the sun in her eyes and she's gone. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. I really like that combo together. So going between the two with Rotary, you really can get that kind of classic Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. There's a lot that you could do, even like if you thought of maybe Gimme Shelter from the Rolling Stones, that probably could work as well with the Rotary. I think there's also a Black Sabbath song, but it's not coming to mind right now. But that was really great. And I'll show you later. I'm going to have a section of like custom presets that me and Ma are going to put together. And we'll show you in combination, like maybe some kind of effects that you can pair together to get kind of close to like some songs in the pairing.
That sounds groovy, baby.
Can you tell me about the next mode, flanger?
A flanger is a mixing of two identical signals together. One is delayed by a small amount, and the other gradual change. Varying the time of the delay causes the frequency comb filter to sweep up and down the frequency spectrum. It can at times sound like a swoosh of a rocket, or like water descending down a drainpipe in textual expression. Control 1 sets the rate of the speed on the sweep. Control 2, the depth.
Let me think of something. What? Yeah, it's kind of sci-fi. Like what you were talking about, the kind of whooshy kind of space kind of sounding. How about? I'm going back here. How about Power Man 5000? Like when worlds collide, I can kind of hear that. And I think, hold on. Are you going with me? 'Cause I'm going with you. That's the end. Yeah, no, I kind of hear that. But let me Maybe I should add the saturation with this. Hold on. Now this is what it's like when worlds collide. Oh yeah, I hear that. Oh, sorry. Oh, this is what it's like. What is it really that's going on here? Yeah, I can hear it. Are you ready to go? 'Cause I'm ready to go. What you wanna do, baby, baby? Are you going with me? 'Cause I'm going with you. That's the end of all days. You are a robot. Oh, this is what it's like when worlds collide. This is what it's like. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Oh my god, this is great. Oh, the two saturation, sorry. The two saturation together, with the flanger, yeah, that really gets that Power Man 5000. I apologize, like, his voice is a lot lower, I guess, than I can typically comfortably sing at, so, yeah, bear with me on that one. But let's look at the next one.
Oh, you're gonna love this next one, sugar.
Okay. From what I can see, the next effect looked like a long delay. This being the year of delays with all the effects pedal releases so far in 2022. Hey, two doubled. Of course, my love of long delay time pedals. This is probably gonna be a mode I like very much. The Control 1 sets the time of delay up to 1,000 milliseconds, and the Control 2 sets the feedback with the ability to repeat infinitely without oscillation, which is something I love, and that's also what I love about Old Blood Noise Endeavors with their effects pedals, because the volume swell for me when it goes into the self-oscillation may be a texture that some people enjoy, but for me, I kind of don't like that volume increasing to the point where my ears bleed. Some people like that, and that's valid, and that is fine. You do you, boo. But yeah, the Sunlight pedal from Old Blood Noise Endeavors does that as well. I really do like that the Sunlight also does that. Let me try to think about this one. What a song I can sing. Hold on, let me see. Wide awake, 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 wide awake. Yeah, you can kind of get like a Katy Perry, like Wide Awake. Also thinking about this in the context of a singer in a live scenario, I think you'd probably want to put it on your mic stand, like maybe in a platform. I'm sure they probably sell something like that, where you can put your hand on the mix knob, and while you're singing, you can have a part where you can go, I'm wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. You can pretty much, I was talking at that point. Hold on. I'm wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. I'm wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. You can have that kind of it coming in at the tail, and if you listen for the repeat time, if you have either mark your settings, obviously before going into a live performance, so that when you're there, you kind of know at that setting what the delay time is, so you can, with the mix knob, time it so that when you turn it, it's coming right in at the end of your sentence. Also, you know what? Let me kick on the reverb that we kicked on before, like in the Lucy in the Sky with the Diamonds. I think the short reverb in Bank A is really good to pair with delays and other effects. So hold on. Here we go. Yeah, it's that one. Let me see. I'm wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Yeah, I was in the dark, I was falling hard. I'm wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. How did I read the stars so wrong? I didn't get that one. I'm wide awake, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. I'm not really a Katy Perry fan, but I'm doing this for you. For you people. I'm doing this for you. I would say I'm more of a Pink fan, but that was essentially what the long delay could use as far as that, and then also the infinite repeats without oscillation. I'll show you that, and I'll sing that, and I'll sing that with short. You know what? Maybe I'll go with the long. Maybe I'll go with the long. In a See, I like that. I like that texture. You could probably have something like that when you were going into an instrumental, kind of like a texture underneath that portion. So not only if you have a guitarist playing over this instrumental line, but you add like a little texture underneath it, or you can just have that going as a texture, and whoever your guitarist is, or someone, or even if you just now want to do something over that, that might be actually pretty fun. If you can lock that in with maybe a freeze pedal, that might be fun. But yeah, there's a lot of versatility with this pedal, and obviously I'm glad to be able to show you when it comes to like long delays, because it's my favorite. The kind of things that you can do with different forms of music. So that in live situations, whatever you're doing, maybe this could be, maybe with Ma, you can figure out something that'll work for you.
This next setting is sure to please. With this reverb, you get a little bit of pizzazz on your tails.
Pizzazz! Pizzazz!
Like a little soprano choir of angels added to your vocals. Control 1 sets initial feedback, adding body to the reverb. Control 2 sets reverb trails that increase the amount of shimmer as it's turned to max.
You can kind of get some of a song with a somber quality and give it kind of an empathetic feeling. In a sense, it also sounds the way that reverb was, that with the little bit of shimmer, that there is some kind of hopefulness in it. Let me think of a song that could remind me something I could use that. What's the matter, Mary Jane? Had a hard day. Place the doctor served sign on the door. You lost your place in line again. What a pity. Never seem to wanna dance anymore. Well, it forced me, baby, in the wrong direction. It's the last chance streetcar went off the track, and you're running. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Like, just like delay, reverb is one of my favorite. Reverb and modulation. Delay, reverb, modulation. Those are where my heart is. So if most of my channel is those three things, yeah, that's my jam.
Yeah. This last mode is a very long and dark reverb.
I definitely hear another pedal by Old Blood Noise Endeavors, the Dark Star. I really do love that pedal and the way that it adds a little bit of texture to either guitar or your voice. I have used it on guitar, but this on voice is actually really great. I know, at least as far as the mode goes, this sounds, I guess, the most like the Crush mode on the Dark Star, which really sounds cool. That really like kind of gravelly kind of texture in the drag there. I really do like that. It sounds cool. So, like I said, it's kind of similar to the Dark Star, but are the controls any different with you, Ma?
Well, while I cannot speak for the rest of my musical family, I do know that Control 1 sets the pre-delay, and Control 2 sets reverb trails with addition to boosting lows and low mids for deep, dark cavern vibes.
World was on fire and no one would save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I'd never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I'd never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game to play. Don't make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do. Don't make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt that way. What a wicked thing to do. To make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you.
That was
Really beautiful.
I really loved exploring my modes with you this way today.
Thank you, Ma. I really appreciate you saying that. I'm really happy to have you here, with me, with us, and to explore these new musical possibilities. Um, Before we go, to the effects loop and we start to plug in the Chase Bliss Habit to get some really great, wild kind of layering possibilities. Let's do maybe a few clips like together for everyone at home where we're doing both the modes together, like A, B, and saturation, like we did earlier. But let's just do them completely with songs in mind, just 3 takes, showing you kind of like what those custom presets that if you like it, you can do it at home. You can try it out yourself. Are you down with that?
Yeah, I dig it. Let's go.
All the leaves all the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'll be safe and warm, safe and warm. If I wasn't LA, if I wasn't LA, California dreaming on such a winter's day. Hey you, out there in the cold, getting lonely, getting old, can you feel me? Hey you, standing in the aisles with itchy feet and faded smiles, can you feel me? Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation on the new media. And can you hear the sounds of hysteria? The subliminal mindfuck America. All right. I feel like we've kind of gone through everything possibly that we could show today. As far as modes, let's let's have some weird, wild fun, and let's place the Chase Bliss Audio Habit in Ma's effects loop.
Yeah! When you plug an extra pedal in the sends and return jacks, you then place a new effect between bank A and bank B.
So, what you're saying is that I can sing with an effect on my voice from bank A, and then with the effects loop pedal that I choose, like the habit, or any pedal really that you want to put with the effects, so that, the signal going into bank B is basically the end of your signal chain.
That's a fact!
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to plug in other pedals through the effects loop for sure. There's so many possibilities to create unique effects on your voice, to be explored, to be found. I mean, let's go plug in the habit, and let's start creating an evolving layer of vocal loops that we can manipulate in real time with some of your functions, Ma.
Hell yeah, baby, let's go!
Yeah, let's go! Let's play!
was so much fun. I've been having such a blast today. Before, the day is over, do you think maybe we could create an original song together to show how you might sound in a band setting?
You don't have to ask me twice. Yeah, let's do our thing.
Let's do our thing.
Even though the day is long now, hold on to your life. Hold on to the passions that move you. Never let it die. Only all the power that drives you. You find what it means to be. Every breath, every moment in between. In creating your own life. See the stories yet unknown. Watch your chance step by step. See the stories yet untold. Will is your own. See the truth that's inside of you. Allow yourself to grow. Face the fear that's beside of you. Comfort is the ebb and flow in the depths of an ocean. All is never lost. Take a breath and quiet your mind now. The stride is in the tide. Don't you run from whatever's in front of you. The courage you need is all in the growth that's the hurt and makes it well. And become what you deserve. See the stories yet unknown. Watch your chance step by step. See the stories yet untold. Will is your own. See the truth that's inside of you. Allow yourself to grow. Face the fear that's beside of you. Comfort is the comfort is the light. The comfort is the light. Comfort is the light. The comfort is the light.
We sure had fun today, didn't we? With the Maw, and also in joining us today, you got to hear how the Maw can sound on an a cappella voice, not hidden behind the mix and a bunch of instruments or, saying the same word over and over again. You get to kind of hear and think about how you possibly could yourself use Ma in your own way, either as a tribute band on stage with just a regular band, and also you can think about how to record yourself if you are a DIY self-recording artist. I showed you both instances of how it's used typically with the dynamic mic, and also I showed you in 2 instances, which one was with the Habit and the second one was with the house band, how a condenser mic can sound if you're using it with the Ma. So I hope this was all helpful for you today, and I want to give a big thanks to Old Blood Noise Endeavors for sending me the Ma, and also all the lovely things that they do and the creative encouragement that they give everyone. So until next time, be the good you wish to see in the world, be excellent to each other, and ta-ta for now.